Hey y'all, it's Charlie, Chuck, Chaz, Charles J, Eugene Martin III. How are you on this fine Wednesday? And there's some bittersweet news. I'll tell you something about a little bit, but it's kind of good bittersweet than bad bittersweet. You know what? It's like Murphy's Law. What can go wrong will go wrong. So I'll explain that in a few minutes, but let me tell you something. It was one of the best weekends ever, 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 ever. And the shout out goes to the Forestburg Playhouse, the Forestburg Tavern, and very special individuals that gave me a shout out. That was like, my heart is happy. I got to meet some amazing individuals. And it's nice to also catch up on some good friends at the theater. Amazing, amazing weekend. And I would suggest to check out the place and the theater, the summer stock. It's great. And Franklin, you're the best. And I truly, truly appreciate it. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much. You're the best. And also, like I said, last week it was amazing. It was like a whirlwind tour of Sullivan County because I actually got my legs stretched out, did a little driving, got tetanus shot done, went out to Calhoun to see my former work. And again, this is going to the Villa Roma and the crew, and just seeing them, and they saw something totally. It was one of those crazy things. So anyway, that's beside the point. Now, this week, this is where the bittersweet comes in. Okay? Started out pretty well on Tuesday. Tuesday, I had to go down to get my blood work done, and it's a marker through Dr. Modi's associates at the New York Cancer and Blood Center. And again, a huge shout out to Dolores, to Kelly, to Christina, everybody up front, the crew in the back. By the way, happy Juneteenth to you all. And I'm making sure I got to remember that because it's originally the Emancipation Proclamation. Go look that up in history. Don't go Google it. Go to the library. That's all I got to say. Because libraries do need love. And in fact, you go Google it, go ahead. That's on your time. Because it's a very, very pivotal part of our history. And again, I wished, them, the best things ever, and how to, just to think of them. Think of the freedom. And yes, we are free. Never forget that. Even though everything's so crazy out there, we are free. Don't despair. Always hope and have the faith. Now, again, I had to go to Dr. Modi yesterday. Decent day. It was a decent day for blood work and whatnot. And, he saw some totals that were kind of very concerning. I could tell you some good news. What they saw through pancreatic wise, they're containing 30% of the cancer cells. So in other words, whatever the chemo treatment they're doing, it's helping out pretty well. So that's good news. We still got to worry about the other part of the problem here. So that's going to be, firm, and we're going to be really, nestled with it. So again, this morning I go down for my chemo treatment, and it was pretty, it was a beautiful ride. It was a little bit misty in the rain and whatnot. And I'm like, we're going into some really heated summer days. So make sure you hydrate, keep yourself cool. Think about June 1st. Think about the raw days that we had, and always stay cool. Always, 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 always. Anyway, so one of the nurses named Dolores told me about what had happened. Grimly and solemnly, she told me, we're going to have to, postpone your chemo treatments this week. So I'm in the middle, trying to take this in, a little bit concerned. I said, why? Dolores told me that my platelets are low. My red platelets are low. So I said, oh, okay, thank you for letting me know. I look at it this way, it was pretty much an early session, and put it this way, I did some things, during the course of the afternoon, which was needed to get done. So in other words, this is like a free bye week for me, which is good. But I wish I did the chemo. But I look at it this way. And again, another hurdle's been lifted, because if I was supposed to do chemo this week, the next one would be in July 2nd. Now, July 2nd, they would have had me. But July 4th, that's a Friday. That's Independence Day. They're closed. And I'm like looking at, I looked at I look at the people to set up the appointments and whatnot. I said, do you realize July 4th is on a Friday? And normally I go down every Friday. Or every other Friday, rather. I said, you're right. We got to do something to change. So what they did that week was supposed to be July 1st and July 3rd. No. I have chemo next week, which I had to alter some plans and whatnot. And I'm sure I'll get around doing some things that need to get done. So we are back on schedule next week. And then the week after July 4th weekend, I'm down there doing my regular chemo visit. So lucky number 7 is going to be put on hold until in next week. So we're going to wait and see what's going on. But besides the glasses, besides everything else, everything else is getting maintained. And looking down my feet, yes, I definitely have to go see my foot doctor. An amazing foot doctor indeed. And one of my best friends, who's a radio DJ, she's a doctor over there and does the practice up here in Sullivan County, one of the best ones ever. So I'm completely thrilled and relieved that I'm getting my nails done. And believe me, you don't want to know about my feet. Nope. Any rate, so this week has been, take a back seat. What can you do? And that's what Murphy's Law comes in. What can go wrong will go wrong. But always stay inspired and be aspiring. Always be that. Be the go-to. Go and do this. Advise. Talk to other people. They're down with right now. In fact, one of my best friends, she's considered my sister. Okay? We have a family like this, And I found out some interesting news. And I said, you know what? I told her privately, my thoughts and prayers are with you. And thoughts and prayers will always work. And again, thoughts and prayers are really, really appreciated. So I thank you so much. And again, the funding, thank you so much. We got the car, which is basically on the road. And I'm just thinking of outreaching about this. So, by the way, just to let you know, just to keep you informed. Yes, we made the goal, which is a good thing. But I really need to take care of things myself. Make a few phone calls because of the reserving of the plot, the church, researching other things, like insurance and whatnot. So, and thank you to my other brother, producer, director, everything else, very, very, very educated and very, very caring. That's what I need. So, I have amazing people around me and they're cheering for me. So this is a good thing. And, like I said, with everything going on. So, but yeah, the GoFundMe page is still running. Still have plenty of time. So, do what you can. If you can't, share it, donate, whatever. I do definitely appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And we're going to get through this together, believe me. Because I know where my people are. I know where my friends are. And you guys keep me going. And I will keep going on. Because I want to keep you going. Okay? I want to keep you going. Be inspired. Be adored. Be amazing. Be loved. Be everything that you're approaching to. We're getting to the summer months. Yes, it may get hot, but also keep it cool. Keep patient. Go to an ice cream shop. In fact, I can't wait until I'll probably get to do that, hopefully. Let's hope my neuropathy doesn't, flare up. But I definitely want to go see maybe a frozen yogurt. Who knows? But I hear there's a great local place right up where I live, you know, and it's so beautiful just to be inspired and just doing what I need to do. So, again, GoFundMe is still active. Check out my Spotify because I actually increased it a little bit more. And it's songs about life. It's songs that I kind of think about these things. It could be about love. It could be about hope. It could be about health. It could be anything that you would put that into perspective. And it's really a good perspective about what music can have. And music is a great healer. So I'm really like blessed that I got to enjoy some really amazing artists. And again, thank you to my mentor. You know who you are. And I'm looking forward to the day that we get together at your place just to kick back, relax, and have a little bit more time and talking about, you know, music, life, family, everything. It just, it means a lot to me. So I'm ecstatic for that. Now again, this weekend, it's going to be an action-packed weekend. I'm looking forward to Saturday. Saturday right in town. It's going to be amazing. I really can't tell you that much. You see, the other person, I'm behaving. Okay? Anyway, it's going to be an amazing weekend. That's all I got to say. It's going to get hot. It's going to have a lot of monsoonal weather. I know. It's going to be 80 degrees tomorrow plus showers, 90 degrees plus showers again with the thunderstorm watch, and it's going to be very interesting. But always remember, June 1st and the last couple of days now, stay cool, think cool, be cool, you know? And that's, you know, with that going on. And that being said, I'm going to kind of wrap up for now on this special bi-week edition of My Progress. Lucky number 7 continues on next week. And again, a huge shout out to my angels over the New York Center, New York Cancer and Blood Center. I have to correct myself every time. And to the receptionist, to the social worker, to the nutritionist, I thank you a lot, and I really appreciate it. And I appreciate you. I really appreciate you. I adore you. You're amazing. You are, you know, there's a lot of words I could say. You are loved. You're beautiful. You are wonderful. You are everything in the book that I can actually listen, say, you know, because we are who we are. And again, besides, don't give up. Don't ever give up. And it's a win. But let me tell you something. I don't bow down to cancer. I'm a fighter. I light up the things. Let's do it. Let's kick some butt. Let's really kick some butt. And my other favorite phrase, you know, it's about, you know, again, gladiator and whatnot. And what we do in life echoes in eternity. Create that legacy. Be that legacy. Be a legend. Be a real good legend. Be it hard work and everything else, and it'll pay off at the end. Believe you and me. So on that note, I'm going to say, till we meet again, and I'm looking forward to doing more posts. So you take care of yourself. Have a happy, healthy summer. Oh, by the way, happy Juneteenth. If you look on it, go look on the site, because it's a very important holiday tomorrow. Tomorrow is June 19th. It's Juneteenth and celebration of freedom. True freedom. And you know what that was. So, and if you do, say to the people out there, happy Juneteenth. You know. So, this is Charlie, Chuck, Chaz at CGM3 Productions. And looking forward to doing another posting. So, here's the peace, love, friendship, and I love you all. Take care.